Picture this. You're stepping into menopause, but instead of facing months or years of intense hot flashes, restless nights, and unpredictable mood swings, you glide through with barely a change in your daily life. For many women in the West, that sounds like a fantasy. But in Japan, it's close to reality. Surveys show that fewer than 1 in 5 Japanese women experience severe menopause symptoms. In countries like the United States, Canada, or the United Kingdom, that number often climbs to more than 3 out of 4. And these differences aren't just personal stories, they are backed by decades of solid scientific research. Today, we're diving deep into the evidence to understand exactly why Japanese women experience menopause so differently and how you can apply these findings to your own life. Let's start with the numbers, because they tell a powerful story. A large-scale study published in the American Journal of Obstetrics and Gynecology compared women in Japan, Canada, and the United States. Researchers found that only 18% of Japanese women reported frequent hot flashes. Compare that to 73% in Canada and 68% in the US. Night sweats told a similar story, just 15% in Japan versus 63% in Canada. These results have been replicated in multiple studies over several decades. Clearly, something in the Japanese way of life is buffering women against the symptoms that so many in the West consider unavoidable. The first factor that scientists explored was diet, and soy quickly stood out. Soy foods like tofu, miso, soy milk, and natto are staples in the traditional Japanese diet. These foods are rich in isoflavones, a type of phytoestrogen plant compounds that can bind to estrogen receptors in the human body. When estrogen levels drop during menopause, isoflavones can provide a mild estrogen-like effect, easing the transition. A meta-analysis in menopause. The Journal of the North American Menopause Society reviewed 19 randomized controlled trials and found that women taking soy isoflavones experienced about 35% fewer hot flashes than those taking a placebo. Isoflavones are structurally similar to human estrogen, but far weaker. When they bind to estrogen receptors, they can partially activate them. This helps regulate body temperature, protect bone density, and stabilize mood, all areas that can be disrupted during menopause. In Japan, the average woman consumes over 40 milligrams of isoflavones per day, nearly 10 times the amount typical in the West. That means their bodies are already accustomed to a steady supply of phytoestrogens long before menopause begins, making the hormonal shift less dramatic. While soy gets most of the attention, there's another piece of the puzzle that often gets overlooked: iodine. Japanese diets, especially in coastal regions, are exceptionally high in iodine because of their regular consumption of seaweeds like nori, wakame, and kombu. In fact, the average iodine intake in Japan can be more than 1,000 micrograms per day, far above the recommended daily intake in Western countries, which is around 150 micrograms. So why does this matter for menopause? Iodine plays a critical role in thyroid health. The thyroid gland influences metabolism, mood, energy, and even body temperature regulation. When iodine intake is low, as it often is in Western diets, the thyroid can become sluggish, which may worsen fatigue, mood swings, and temperature instability during menopause. A study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that women with optimal iodine levels had fewer vasomotor symptoms. That means fewer hot flashes and night sweats. Another study showed that adequate iodine supports balanced estrogen metabolism, which may further reduce symptom intensity. It's worth noting that iodine is not a quick fix supplement. Too much can also cause problems. So if you want to explore this factor, it's best to focus on natural food sources and consult your healthcare provider. Still, this high natural iodine intake is one more way Japanese women may be getting a physiological advantage during menopause. Of course, food isn't the only factor. Mindset matters, and in Japan, menopause is generally viewed differently. A study published in Social Science and Medicine found that Japanese women often see menopause as a natural life stage rather than a medical crisis. This acceptance reduces stress, and science shows that lower stress hormone levels, especially cortisol, are linked to fewer and less intense menopause symptoms. In contrast, Western media often frames menopause as a period of decline, which can create anxiety and even intensify symptoms. Japanese women tend to integrate movement into their daily routines, walking to markets, cycling to train stations, climbing stairs at home. In urban areas, it's common to walk several thousand more steps per day than the average woman in the US. A study in the Journal of Physiological Anthropology found that moderate regular activity supports thermoregulation, the body's ability to maintain a stable temperature, and reduces hot flash frequency. Exercise also preserves bone mass and muscle strength, which are at risk during and after menopause. Beyond physical activity, many Japanese women engage in traditional practices that naturally reduce stress, things like gentle stretching, tai chi, or even tea ceremony. Research in the Journal of Women's Health shows that mindfulness-based stress reduction programs can significantly improve sleep and mood in menopausal women, while also lowering the intensity of hot flashes. What's exciting is that these benefits aren't unique to Japanese women. Clinical trials in Western populations have shown that adding soy isoflavones to the diet can reduce hot flashes by up to 45% in just 12 weeks. Another study linked regular seaweed consumption and its iodine content to improved thyroid function and fewer menopause-related sleep disturbances. So, how can you bring some of these science-backed advantages into your own life? Add natural soy foods like tofu, miso soup, edamame, or tempeh into your meals. Experiment with iodine-rich foods such as nori sheets or wakame salads, but avoid excessive supplementation without medical guidance. Move your body daily, even if it's just brisk walking for 30 minutes. Practice stress reduction techniques like yoga, meditation, or deep breathing. Science shows it's the combination of these elements, a nutrient-rich diet, daily movement, stress management, and a positive mindset that creates the dramatic difference in menopause experiences. No single factor is a magic bullet, but together, they form a powerful support system for your body and mind. If you want to take control of your menopause journey, start with small, science-backed changes inspired by cultures that thrive during this transition. And if you found this insight valuable, I invite you to join the Midlife Balance Institute community. Subscribe, click the notification bell, and share your thoughts in the comments. Together, we can make menopause not just manageable, but empowering. But I want to hear from you. What has been your biggest challenge so far in this stage of life? Is it the physical symptoms like hot flashes or restless nights? Or is it the emotional side, feeling misunderstood, unheard, or even invisible? Your story matters, and you never know who might hear it and feel less alone because you spoke up. And let's go beyond symptoms. What topics do you want us to explore here? Maybe it's the science behind hormone therapy. Maybe it's nutrition that works for women over 50. Maybe it's relationships, intimacy, or staying active without feeling drained. The Midlife Balance Institute is about more than just information. It's about building a community where women lift each other up. So, take a moment right now, type your ideas, your questions, and even your frustrations in the comments. If you could sit in a room with hundreds of women who truly understand what you're going through, what would you ask them? What would you share? The more we talk, the more we break the silence that's been surrounding menopause for generations. And the more we learn from each other, the stronger we all become. Your voice could be the one that sparks the next video here, or the one that gives another woman the courage to finally speak to her doctor. So, let's make this a conversation, not just a video. Subscribe, join the discussion, and let's create a space where every woman knows she's heard, supported, and celebrated.